Evening, guys. Good evening. Hello. Welcome. The HANDALA Gaza flotilla ship has been intercepted and it's been boarded. I've just been screen recording their YouTube live feed, which is just being processed on my phone, and then I'm going to upload it onto here, and then I'm going to be able to play it to you so you can see it as it happened on the fixed cameras on the actual ship. They were on Instagram, and then suddenly the Instagram feed went dead. But this is just to say that the HANDALA has been boarded. So I'm just making sure, just seeing if there's any news on any of the news stations. The HANDALA 2 hours ago approached Gaza. It was 97 nautical miles away, about an hour or so ago. We were live earlier. So I'm just literally going to upload footage. I'm just going to double check that the Gaza flotilla, yeah. So I'm just going to rip this. So this is the news that the HANDALA Gaza flotilla ship has been intercepted, has been boarded, and we've got the footage from the ship's cameras up until the point that IDF officers nudge one of the cameras out of the way and then deactivate all the other cameras. It was obviously a priority for them. I'm just literally grabbing some clips now. Let me just send this to you guys. You can watch this clip. This is straight from their Instagram. It's just been uploaded. Obviously, they've tried to upload clips. Yes, so they weren't porting, or if they were going to port, they were intercepted. So in a moment, a clip's literally going to come up. This is straight from. Just have a look. No, where is it? Just here we go. Has this just come in now? 21. Yeah.
If you do not change your course, the IDF will be forced to take all necessary measures with the legal blockade in accordance with international law and prevent your vessel from entering the restricted area. You will be held responsible for the consequences of your actions, and your vessel may be subject to confiscation. You bear sole responsibility for your actions and your consequences.
Israeli Navy, this is a civilian vessel, HANDALA. Let me give you a lesson in international law. Any blockade that deliberately starves a civilian population is a violation of international law. It is not only that, it is a war crime. You have no legal authority to enforce an unlawful blockade, and as such, you have no authority to use force to enforce an unlawful blockade. Therefore, we demand that you stand down. You are responsible for the well-being of every civilian on board this vessel. As an occupying power in Gaza, you are responsible for the health and well-being of the civilian population there. Not only have you disregarded that obligation, but you are actively exterminating the people. You have engineered a famine. You are deliberately starving civilians and children before the eyes of the world. Our vessel does not constitute any threat to you. We carry only humanitarian aid, and therefore you have no authority to intercept or otherwise attack our vessel. We demand again that you stand down.
Wow. I think that's Huwaida Araf. It's either Huwaida Araf or it's Tanya. I think it's Huwaida Araf. I'm going to play that again. So this is the news that the HANDALA has just been literally boarded. They've just been boarded. They've been intercepted. All of the crew were sat round in the center of the boat, pretty much like the Madeleine were. The cameras were better. My computer's still processing the footage from the onboard cameras on the ship, but we're just going to play this once more. This is the latest clip that's been uploaded to the Gaza Freedom Flotilla's Instagram feed, and this is, I believe the woman is once again. It's not Tanya who was with us earlier. I think this is Huwaida Araf, who is a United States Palestinian American civil human rights attorney and social justice activist. I'm going to play that clip once more. It's deeply inspiring, and it's deeply gives you goosebumps. So check this out.
If you do not change your course, the IDF will be forced to take all necessary measures with the legal blockade in accordance with international law and to prevent your vessel from entering the restricted area. You will be held responsible for the consequences of your actions, and your vessel may be subject to confiscation. You bear sole responsibility for your actions and your consequences.
Israeli Navy, this is a civilian vessel, HANDALA. Let me give you a lesson in international law. Any blockade that deliberately starves a civilian population is a violation of international law. It is not only that, it is a war crime. You have no legal authority to enforce an unlawful blockade, and as such, you have no authority to use force to enforce an unlawful blockade. Therefore, we demand that you stand down. You are responsible for the well-being of every civilian on board this vessel. As an occupying power in Gaza, you are responsible for the health and well-being of the civilian population there. Not only have you disregarded that obligation, but you are actively exterminating the people. You have engineered a famine. You are deliberately starving civilians and children before the eyes of the world. Our vessel does not constitute any threat to you. We carry only humanitarian aid, and therefore you have no authority to intercept or otherwise attack our vessel. We demand again that you stand down.
Wow. Wow. Fucking hell. Round of applause. Jesus Christ, that woman. What a fucking hero. What an absolute fucking hero. I'm just trying to see if it's processed. Right, here we go. So I've now got the onboard camera, 5 minutes. This is the run up to the IDF boarding the ship. It should just trigger play. So here we go. I'm not too sure if there's any audio at this point, but you can see on the top left, that's the crew with their, I think with their reflective jackets on. I'm not too sure. I don't think they're lights. And if you look at the shot on the top right, they've obviously got someone controlling these onboard cameras. Top right, watch the top right screen. You can see a boat. You can see a boat with IDF, the IDF Navy on there. You can now see two boats. You see here, and it starts to pull into focus. This was the moment I turned on my screen and just started screen recording. So look, and you can see them. So bottom right, start to hear the audio. So you can see, look, the camera, look, that's them. That top right, that's the IDF now boarding the ship. And you can see a higher shot of the same thing happening on the bottom. Now watch the top left as they board, and it goes to color. First IDF troop on there. All of them staying sitting. She's such a brave woman. That woman is... And you can see the light on the bottom right of the boat, another boat pulling up. So we've got one IDF soldier on board. Here comes second. He slips. Whee! We need a fleet. I know. Flotilla suggests more than one, doesn't it? And then, believe me, they all start to come on. And look at the top right camera. The top right camera, another boat is pulling in beside them. More troops get on board. So that's 1, 2, 3. I think I flip it around in a minute. It might go that way. Yeah, sorry, it comes back. It comes back. I'm frantically working out. So there they are. You can see them on the top left. Now watch the bottom right camera. I think the boat goes around the other side of the handler. And that sound you can hear is them all singing. They're all chanting and they're all singing together in unison. So now we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 IDF soldiers. And you watch one of the soldiers. Now in a minute, the guy on the right pulls out a camera and starts filming. This guy here, who's now standing in front of the camera, he'll turn around in a minute and spot the camera. At which point, the top right camera moves into action. So here they all are. Look, they're filming them. This guy here is going to turn around now. He's going to see the camera. You hear them singing. Top right camera. Can you see another boat has attached itself to the other side of the boat? Another IDF group of troops. On the top right, there you go. You can see it framing up. Look, there's another boat of soldiers coming. So look, there's a second boat. So you've got them all on board. This guy here filming. And then in a minute, boom, he spotted the camera. Bosh, pushed down. International waters. Piracy. Totally illegal what they're doing, but of course it's Israel, so they can do whatever the fuck they want. So you can see the troops. So that camera top left goes dead in a second. You can see the top camera. See that camera's just gone on the left, and on the top right you can see the other boat is now moving away, and slowly, one by one, you see the 3 camera angles turn off. You can hear them shouting in the background. Just looking for any other updates. And their crime, all cameras go down. And that's the point at which we came in here. And their crime, Dawn Decker, is wanting to feed starving Palestinians. Can't bear it. Is any media following this? That's a very good question. Let's have a look. No better question than just let's have a look. Let's have a look. The most favorable coverage of any British newspaper has been The Guardian. Israel, let's have a look. Israel to resume airdrop aid to Gaza, military says. Airdrops will not reverse the deepening starvation, says UNRWA. So Palestinian territories, doctor in detention. No, nothing in The Guardian. Let's have a look if there's anything anywhere else. HANDALA, news. Of course, the Palestine Chronicle is covering it. The New Arab is covering it. Al Jazeera was covering it. The Jerusalem Post is covering it. The Freedom Flotilla is obviously covering it. But no, it's interesting, isn't it? Absolutely zero coverage from any Western media whatsoever. Zero coverage. So there's not going to be much more to say now. We're not going to see anything. We're not going to hear anything. If anything does get uploaded to the Gaza Freedom Flotilla, if they manage to get any further footage out, I presume they've probably thrown all their devices into the sea, then we will upload them on the channel as shorts. But I'm now going to play this. If any of you can screen record, I'm going to play you the clip of the woman, what's her name? Huwaida Araf. I'm going to play the clip of Huwaida Araf as she remonstrates with the Israeli Navy. So I'm going to play it once more, screen record it, post it everywhere. I'm also going to post it as a story and as a reel on social media. So I'm going to pop this up now and I'm going to play it. I'll leave it to you if you want to start screen recording.
If you do not change your course, the IDF will be forced to take all necessary measures with the legal blockade in accordance with international law and prevent your vessel from entering the restricted area. You will be held responsible for the consequences of your actions, and your vessel may be subject to confiscation. You bear sole responsibility for your actions and your consequences.
Israeli Navy, this is a civilian vessel, HANDALA. Let me give you a lesson in international law. Any blockade that deliberately starves a civilian population is a violation of international law. It is not only that, it is a war crime. You have no legal authority to enforce an unlawful blockade, and as such, you have no authority to use force to enforce an unlawful blockade. Therefore, we demand that you stand down. You are responsible for the well-being of every civilian on board this vessel. As an occupying power in Gaza, you are responsible for the health and well-being of the civilian population there. Not only have you disregarded that obligation, but you are actively exterminating the people. You have engineered a famine. You are deliberately starving civilians and children before the eyes of the world. Our vessel does not constitute any threat to you. We carry only humanitarian aid. And therefore, you have no authority to intercept or otherwise attack our vessel. We demand again that you stand down.
Okay, guys. as I say, we're going to be posting this on all socials. Share it everywhere. She is an absolute force, as are the rest of the crew. She has the heart of a lion, says Shauna Roche. And I can't wait for Nadia to see this clip. Okay, guys, stay safe. Keep talking, keep sharing, keep covering, keep telling